96% of drivers have zero clue these hidden features even exist inside their own cars. But here is the kicker. One of these buttons could actually save you thousands in repairs, and chances are you have been ignoring this secret feature. Before you start wasting money, here are 17 little known car features you do not know about. Let us start now with secret number 17. Hidden rear wiper nozzle adjustment. That rear wiper nozzle is actually adjustable with nothing more than a sewing needle or pin. There is a tiny ball joint inside the nozzle that you can gently reposition by inserting a thin pin and angling it until the spray hits exactly where you need it. Most drivers assume this is a fixed design flaw and live with poor visibility for years. Some even pay mechanics $50 to adjust something they could fix in 30 seconds. Once you dial in the perfect angle, your rear window stays crystal clear in rain, snow, or dusty conditions. This tiny adjustment improves safety and saves you from expensive dealership visits for something laughably simple. Secret number 16. Starting your car with a dead key fob. Think your car will not start when your key fob battery dies. Here is what they do not tell you. There is a hidden backup system that lets you start your vehicle even when your fob shows absolutely no signs of life. On most push-button start vehicles, there is a specific spot on the dashboard or near the start button where you can hold your dead key fob. But here is the kicker. Many manufacturers hide this backup reader behind the start button itself or in the cup holder area. Hold your dead fob directly against the start button while pressing it with your foot on the brake, and your car will recognize the key and start normally. Here is the fascinating part. This backup system works because modern key fobs have two power sources: the battery for remote functions and a passive RFID chip that requires no power at all. The chip communicates through electromagnetic induction when brought close enough to the reader. But here is the catch. You usually need to press the brake pedal and hold the fob in the exact right spot for this to work. And the location varies by manufacturer. And when you master this technique, you will never be stranded by a dead key fob battery again. You would be surprised by this next secret. Secret number 15. Hidden headrest emergency escape. Ever wondered why your headrest has that mysterious button at the base? Here is what they do not tell you. That innocent-looking button is not just for adjustment. It is actually a critical safety feature that could save your life in an emergency. Press that button while pulling up on the headrest, and it releases completely from the seat. This is not a design flaw. It is intentional. In emergency situations where you are trapped inside your vehicle, that headrest can become a window-breaking tool. The metal posts are specifically designed to shatter tempered glass with focused impact. But here is the kicker. Most drivers go their entire lives without knowing their headrest is a built-in emergency escape tool. The button allows quick removal, so you can use those sturdy metal posts to break side windows if you are submerged in water or need to escape after an accident. Here is what makes this brilliant. The headrest posts are positioned at the perfect angle and made from hardened steel specifically for glass breaking capability. Auto safety engineers designed this dual-purpose feature decades ago, but somehow it never made it into driver education courses. But here is the catch. This only works on side windows. Never try it on the windshield, which is made from laminated safety glass. And when you know this secret exists, you are carrying a potential life-saving tool everywhere you drive. Secret number 14, parking brake emergency backup. That lever or button you only use when parking on hills has a hidden emergency function that could save your life if your main brakes ever fail while driving. Your parking brake becomes your backup stopping system. But here is what they do not teach in driving school. You cannot just yank it hard like in action movies. That will lock your rear wheels and send you spinning. The proper technique is to pull it up slowly and steadily, or hold the electronic parking brake button for several seconds. This engages the rear brakes gradually, bringing you to a controlled stop without losing steering control. Modern electronic parking brakes are even smarter. Many will automatically modulate brake pressure to prevent wheel lockup during emergency stops. According to safety experts, brake system failures account for roughly 5% of all vehicle accidents. Yet, most drivers have no idea their parking brake doubles as an emergency backup. Practice using this in an empty parking lot at low speeds, so you know exactly how your car responds. That knowledge could be the difference between a close call and a catastrophe. Secret number 13, steering wheel lock protection. Your steering wheel has a hidden security feature that most drivers trigger accidentally and then panic about. Here is what they do not tell you. That locked steering wheel is not a malfunction. It is actually protecting your car from being stolen. When you remove your key and turn the steering wheel, a mechanical lock engages automatically. This prevents thieves from simply hot-wiring your ignition and driving away. The steering column physically locks in place until the correct key is inserted and turned. But here is the kicker. Most drivers do not know the proper unlock sequence. You cannot just turn the key. You need to gently wiggle the steering wheel left and right while simultaneously turning the key in the ignition. This releases the mechanical pin that is holding everything in place. Here is what makes this brilliant. This is one of the few purely mechanical anti-theft devices that works even when your battery is completely dead. No electronics, no computers, just good old-fashioned mechanical engineering that has been protecting vehicles since the 1960s. But here is the catch. If you force the key too hard without wiggling the wheel, you can damage the lock cylinder and end up with an expensive repair. And when you understand this system, you will never panic when your steering wheel will not turn. Trust me, this next one will shock you. Secret number 12, your AC secret weapon. Ever been stuck in traffic behind a diesel truck puffing out clouds of smoke like it is auditioning for a post-apocalyptic movie? That little button on your dashboard with a car in a circular arrow is not just there for looks. It is actually your car's built-in air quality shield. The recirculation button acts like a barrier against outside pollution, exhaust fumes, and even those random farm smells when you are out on rural roads. With one press, your car stops drawing in air from outside and starts reusing the cleaner air already inside the cabin. Most drivers think this button is just for recirculating air, but it is actually a sophisticated filtration system. And here is the kicker. Not only does this protect your lungs from all those nasty particles, but it also boosts your AC's performance by up to 20% in extreme heat. That means faster cooling and less wear on the system. What they do not tell you is that using this feature can actually make your cabin air filter last longer by cutting down on how much gunk it has to filter out. That is one less expensive service visit you have to schedule. Now, this next one is about to save your lungs and your AC system. Secret number 11, hidden cabin air filter replacement. Ever wonder why your car smells musty or why you sneeze constantly while driving? The culprit is probably your cabin air filter, and here is the kicker. Most drivers have no idea this even exists. This filter sits behind your glove box or under the dashboard and cleans all the air coming into your cabin. A clogged cabin air filter does not just smell bad, it reduces airflow by up to 50%, making your AC work harder and wear out faster. That means higher fuel consumption and a $1,500 AC compressor replacement down the road. Even worse, a dirty filter recirculates dust, pollen, mold spores, and bacteria straight into your lungs. But here is the beautiful part. Replacing this filter yourself takes less than 10 minutes and costs $15 to $30 online. Dealerships charge $120 or more for the exact same job. The filter usually slides out after removing a small panel. No tools required. Yet 70% of car owners have never changed theirs. Change this every 12,000 miles or once a year. Your lungs, your wallet, and your AC system will thank you for decades. Secret number 10, auto hold brake assist. The average American commuter spends about 54 hours a year stuck in traffic. That is a lot of time pressing the brake and wearing yourself out. There is a hidden button near your gear shift that can eliminate all that leg fatigue. Once you come to a full stop, press the auto hold button and it keeps the brakes engaged even after you lift your foot. Your car stays put until you tap the accelerator, making city driving, traffic jams, and stop and go lights much easier. But here is the kicker. Most drivers never notice this button exists because it is often tucked away near the parking brake or electronic gear selector. It is not the same as the handbrake though. The handbrake is for parking, while auto hold is designed for short pauses while you are still in motion. Here is what makes this brilliant. It works perfectly at red lights, in heavy traffic, or on steep hills. As soon as you hit the gas, it releases automatically, without any delay or jerking motion. The system uses your existing brake hardware, so there is no additional wear and tear on your brakes. But here is the catch. Some drivers find it unsettling at first because the car holds position without brake pedal pressure. Once you trust the system though, you will wonder how you ever survived rush hour traffic without it. And when you activate auto hold, those 54 hours stuck in traffic become dramatically less exhausting. Secret number 9, pull-out sun visor extension. You are driving straight into the sunset and the glare is relentless. You flip down the sun visor thinking it will help, but the rays still sneak around the edge, hitting your eyes from the side. That glare is not just annoying, it is dangerous, as a moment's distraction can make you miss a hazard on the road. But here is what most drivers overlook. Many cars have a built-in fix called the extendable sun visor. Hidden inside the visor is often a sliding panel. Pull it out and it covers the gap at the side, blocking light that regular visors miss. Car designers knew that traditional visors could not handle every angle of sun penetration, especially during sunrise and sunset hours. This sliding extension was their elegant solution, but somehow never made it into most owner manuals. To find it, check the bottom or side edges of your sun visor. The extension is usually tucked inside and can be pulled out smoothly to cover a wider area. This small adjustment makes a big difference. Your eyes stay comfortable, your vision is not interrupted by flashes of light, and you can focus fully on the road ahead. Before we get to the really mind-blowing stuff, do me a favor, hit that like button. We did a ton of research for this, and it actually helps us keep making content like this. Done. Awesome. Now, let us talk about something hiding under your hood. Secret number 8, adjustable parking sensor volume. Your parking sensors have adjustable volume settings that most drivers never change. And here is what they do not tell you. Those increasingly frantic beeps can be customized or even switched to visual-only mode. Most vehicles with parking sensors allow you to adjust the warning volume through the infotainment system settings. You can make them louder, quieter, or disable the audible warnings entirely while keeping the visual distance indicators on screen. But here is the kicker. Some advanced systems let you customize different volume levels for front versus rear sensors, or even set different warning thresholds for how close you need to be before alerts activate. Here is the fascinating part. The ability to mute parking sensor beeps is incredibly useful in parking garages or tight spaces where you are confident in your abilities and do not want the constant beeping. You still get visual feedback on the display without the auditory annoyance. But here is the catch. Disabling audible warnings means you need to actively watch the display, which takes your eyes off critical areas around the vehicle. And when you find your perfect sensor settings, parking becomes less stressful and more controlled. Here is a feature, so obvious it is insulting that most of us still do not know about it. Secret number 7, hidden brake drying feature. Your car has a secret way to dry its own brakes, and most drivers have no idea it exists. After driving through a deep puddle or flooded road, your brake rotors and pads get coated in water, and for the next few moments, your stopping power drops dramatically. But here is what the engineers built in to fix that without you even knowing. Lightly press your brake pedal while you are still moving, just enough to create gentle friction between the pads and rotors. That friction generates heat, which evaporates the water film off the surface in seconds and restores full braking performance almost instantly. No button, no menu, no special mode required. It is baked right into the physics of your braking system, and you activate it manually just by knowing it exists. Here is what they do not tell you at the dealership. Most drivers coming out of a water crossing either brake too hard in a panic or do not brake at all, and both responses leave them dangerously exposed. A light, controlled dab of the pedal is all it takes. Some European and luxury vehicles even automate this process, gently applying the brakes at low pressure after detecting rain through the windshield sensors. But even if your car does not have the automated version, you have the manual one available right now. The next time you drive through standing water, count to 3, then lightly feather that pedal for about 5 seconds. Your brakes will thank you, and more importantly, so will your stopping distance. While we are at it, let me show you another feature that could save your life. Secret number 6, automatic hazard light feature. Your hazard lights have a hidden function that most drivers never discover, and it could prevent a rear-end collision before the driver behind you even realizes danger is ahead. And here is what they do not tell you. In many modern vehicles, slamming your brake pedal hard enough triggers your hazard lights to flash automatically and rapidly, even without you touching the hazard button. This invisible system is constantly standing by, waiting for a panic stop situation to activate it. When your car detects emergency level braking force, it pulses all 4 turn signals at a much faster rate than normal to create an urgent visual warning to every driver behind you. But here is the kicker. You will never have to think about it, because the whole point is that it fires off in the moments when your hands and mind are already overwhelmed. Here is the fascinating part. This feature was developed after engineers studied rear-end collision data and discovered that the fraction of a second between seeing brake lights and reacting is simply not enough in high-speed emergencies. The rapid hazard flash buys that extra reaction time by creating a dramatically more visible signal than standard brake lights alone. But here is the catch. This system only activates during genuinely hard braking events, so a normal stop will never trigger it. And once your vehicle slows below a certain speed threshold, the rapid flashing stops automatically, so you are not left sitting in traffic with your hazards running. When you understand this system, you will never look at your brake pedal the same way again. Now here is something most people get completely wrong. Many drivers manually hit their hazard button during heavy rain or slow traffic, thinking they are being safer. But that actually disables your turn signals, making it impossible for other drivers to know which direction you are moving. The automatic emergency brake version of this feature is smarter because it only activates when you genuinely need it, then gets out of the way so your car can communicate normally again. Wait until you hear about this next hidden gem. Secret number 5. Arrow shows fuel cap location. Have you ever driven an unfamiliar car, pulled into a gas station, and struggled to figure out which side the fuel cap is on? You lean out the window, check the mirrors, or even get out to look. Sounds funny, but almost everyone has been there at least once. But here is the truth. The answer is right in front of you on the dashboard next to the familiar fuel pump icon. If you look closely, you will see a small arrow pointing left or right. That arrow is the secret, telling you exactly where the fuel cap is. This feature became industry standard after too many customers complained about the embarrassment of pulling up to the wrong side of gas pumps. Car manufacturers quietly added this detail, but never really advertised it. No guessing, no waving to the gas station attendant for help. Just a quick glance gives you the answer. This tiny detail is a lifesaver for anyone driving different cars like rentals, borrowed vehicles, or company cars. And here is the kicker. This has been standard since the 1990s, yet half of all drivers still play gas station twister. While we are at the pump, let me show you another feature that could prevent a $3,000 repair. Secret number 4, auto-dimming side mirrors. Your side mirrors can automatically dim just like your rear view mirror, and here is what they do not tell you. Many vehicles have this feature, but it is disabled by default and requires activation through hidden settings. The auto-dimming feature uses light sensors to detect bright headlights behind you and automatically darkens the mirror glass to reduce glare. While most people know about auto-dimming rear-view mirrors, side mirrors with the same technology often go unused. But here is the kicker. To activate this feature, you usually need to access a hidden menu in your vehicle settings or have a dealership enable it with diagnostic software. Once activated, all 3 mirrors work in perfect sync to eliminate blinding glare from vehicles behind you. Here is what makes this brilliant. The side mirror dimming is even more important than the rear view mirror because those bright lights in your peripheral vision cause the most dangerous distraction and eye fatigue during night driving. But here is the catch. Not all vehicles have this hardware, even if they have auto-dimming rear-view mirrors, and aftermarket mirror upgrades can be expensive. And when you have all 3 mirrors auto-dimming, night driving becomes dramatically less stressful. This next secret is absolutely incredible. Secret number 3, rear seat fold-down release. Have you ever needed to transport something long and struggled to fold down your rear seats from inside the car? You climb into the back seat, search for hidden levers, and wrestle with stubborn mechanisms. But here is what makes this hilariously simple. Most modern cars with folding rear seats have release handles accessible directly from the trunk. Look for pull straps, levers, or buttons on the top of your rear seat, back where it meets the trunk. One pull and the seat drops forward, creating a pass-through from trunk to cabin without you ever having to open a door or climb inside. This feature exists because designers realize people often load cargo alone and need one-handed operation from the loading position. Some vehicles have split folding seats with independent releases. This means you can drop just one side for long items while keeping the other side up for passengers. The mechanism typically uses a cable release system that disengages the seat latch from the trunk side, making it incredibly convenient when loading lumber, skis, or any long cargo. What makes this even better is that you can see exactly how the seat will fall and can guide longer items through as the seat folds. Next time you need cargo space, walk around to the trunk first. Find those release handles. You will never go back to the old way of climbing through your car like a contortionist. This next one might already be protecting you without you even knowing it. Secret number 2, Fuel cap holder inside gas door. This one is so simple you will wonder how you missed it. The next time you are filling up at the pump, take a look at the inside of your gas tank door. See that little hook or notch? Most people think it is some random design flaw. The truth, it is actually made to hold your fuel cap while you are pumping gas. But here is the kicker that could save you thousands. Letting the cap hang down or placing it on your car's roof is not just careless. It can lead to scratch paint, dirt entering your fuel system, and eventually clogged fuel injectors. That is a $3,000 repair just waiting to ruin your day. Gas station attendants see this mistake dozens of times every day. People setting caps on dirty surfaces or letting them dangle and collect road grime. What seems like a minor oversight can lead to major engine problems down the road. And get this, almost every car has this tiny hook, yet about 95% of drivers never use it. Even worse, when grime sneaks into your fuel system, it does not just mess with your injectors, it can wreck your fuel pump and eventually cause total engine failure. Modern fuel systems operate at extremely precise tolerances, and even tiny particles can cause catastrophic damage over time. The fuel injectors spray fuel in a fine mist pattern, and any contamination disrupts this pattern, leading to poor combustion, reduced fuel economy, and eventually complete injector failure. All from skipping a step that takes 2 seconds and could save you from expensive repairs that insurance will not cover. And finally, the number one secret that will make you feel like a genius every single day. Secret number 1, microphone mute for calls. Your car's hands-free calling system is convenient until you need to have a private conversation with someone in the car while on a call. Most drivers either pause the call awkwardly or just let the other person listen to everything. But here is the secret. Almost every car with Bluetooth calling has a mute button hiding in plain sight. It is usually on the steering wheel near the call answer button, sometimes marked with a microphone icon with a line through it. One press silences your microphone instantly. The person on the call cannot hear you or anyone in the car. Press again and you are back in the conversation. This mute function also eliminates road noise, crying kids, loud music, or any background chaos from your call. It makes you sound more professional on business calls and prevents embarrassing moments when your passenger starts a conversation you do not want broadcast to your boss or client. The system works by electronically cutting the microphone signal, so it is completely silent on the other end, not just quieter. Some advanced systems even display a mute indicator on your dashboard screen, so you know exactly when you are muted and when you are live. Find your mute button today. Test it on a call with a friend, because the next time you need a moment of audio privacy, you will handle it like a pro instead of fumbling around trying to remember where that button is located. How many did you already know? Which one shocked you the most? Drop a comment below and let me know which one shocked you the most. If this video just saved you from expensive mechanic visits or made you realize your car is way cooler than you thought, hit that subscribe button for more money-saving automotive content that gets straight to the point. Your wallet will thank you. But you know what else will blow your mind? More hidden car technology that's been right under your nose this whole time.